the father has hid one of them. Has hidden one of them and refused to give it to him. The other.
You don't understand why the son. It's about the parable, the king and the son and the two kinds of treasures. The
Yeah.
son, yes, the son is the one which appears in time, so to speak, the one who is appeared, or there is a body and there's a story. So the son is the appearance. So the king is like the infinite, has two treasures. The king is basically the infinite. And the infinite like has two hands or two treasures. Yes? One of them is the finite. And this is what is given at first to the son, the first treasure, the finite, from birth, so to speak, until death. This is clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the second treasure is the infinite. This is the basic, this is the skeleton of the parable. Before we continue, because it gets tangled, yes? The king, the infinite, has two kinds of treasures. Finite, the manifestation, and the infinite, which is not yet manifested or in prime energy, has not come yet to appearance in time and space. It is hidden. Let's call it like this. There are many ways to call the infinite. Infinite, prime energy, hidden, and so on. Source. So, the king, the infinite, calls the sun. The sun is not just the sun male, but the one that appears in time and space, because everybody, doesn't matter daughter or son, they're appearing here. The birth, so to speak, is appearance. And this is a temporal appearance, because there's appearance of a body and then it disappears in death. Cease to exist. So he calls the sun and says, "Hello, Fernando, good morning." Yanis was asking about the parable, about the parable, the king and the two treasures. So we're just reciting that this parable will go into the system, yes? There is a king. The king is the infinite. And the king has two treasures. What are the two treasures? Finite and infinite, or manifested and non-manifested, or the revealed and the concealed, the appearance and the hidden. So he calls the sun son. Yes, it's not just son what we think like as a part of a family, but it's a symbol for the one that appears in time and space, because we don't name somebody a son unless if there's an appearance of a body in time and space. This is clear. So he calls the son and says, "Here, there are two treasures, but you take one." So the son takes one treasure, which is the revealed or slash the manifested or slash the finite or slash the appearance, what can be sensed in the senses and so on. And the son is happy. It doesn't say, yes? But then the parable continues to the next line and says the following: "At the end of days, at the end of times, the king," let's open it. This is Mark 9. Let's read it directly from the book and see. "At the end of times, לסוף ימים, אמר לבנו," he told his son, "טול מה שיש בשני אוצרות הללו." At the end of days, he tells his son, the finite, or the appearance, yes, or the manifested. "Take what there is in both treasures." Amar Ben, says the son, says the manifested, says the revealed. Yes? All of those slash finite, yes? "Shema lo iten li ma sheukza li." Maybe now the king will take from me the manifested, the revealed, the appearance. And the king says, Amar lo, Tol hakol, take everything, the manifested and the non-manifested, the finite and the infinite, yes? The revealed and the concealed, the revealed and the hidden, yes? Those are two sides of the coin, so to speak. Is it now clear or clearer, Yanis? Is it clearer in this way?
But the sun is also infinite, right?
The sun is infinite, which appears as a sun, the manifest, or as an appearance. Yes, it is. But the sun, since he is an appearance, he identify himself as a sun, as living only in time and space. And in time and space, there is a duality, a negotiation. This is why he has the fear. And this is what he says. Now the son has a fear. Now the king calls him, and he is afraid that he will have to barter or to give away the first treasure, the manifested, the appearance. He is afraid because the son has the only perspective of duality, which is exchange. Yes? You have to quit something. He cannot perceive infinite. He doesn't have this lens as a sun. It's not a sun. 52 is the mark of time, because we have 52. This is the value of a sun in Hebrew, 52, and this is the numbers of week in every solar year. So the sun has the perspective like of Rachel, the tree of knowledge, what I know, now I have to give away that. And the king says, no, you don't have to. You have both. Yes, Fernando is writing, if I understand well, the coming world is already given. Yes. One does not need to conquer it. Yes. Everything, this is what he says. And let's continue. Yes. Yes. He says, V'hainu dichtiv, and this is what it is written, Yam v'darom Yerusha. Yes, the sea or the ocean, and the south inherited it. And now he looks at the verb inherited and says, V'ya rash. Ya is Yod and Hey, the first part, yes, of the Tetragrammaton, which is beyond time and space, and this is what inherits. Yes, everything. And this is the beginning of everything, because Rash is not just a verb, it's also Resh. In Aramaic, it's the beginning. So everything starts from the infinite, if you want. So there's no lack. Yes, and Fernando continues and writes, this contradicts, yes, the common ideology in religions that you need to do. Yes. This is contradict what a common religion says, or its ideology, that you have to do something to gain a new life or a better, yes, afterlife. We don't need to do anything. It's basically effortless. Everything is already been given. We are just receiving it, or it comes to us picture by picture, slide by slide, frame by frame, moment at moment. So there is no need to worry. The sun always, it's not about this particularly sun, but the sun or the manifested or the appearance, any body which is appearing, we are not of bodies, but this is how the mind perceives, the brain reads it, that you have to have fear. If you don't do this, you will not have that. Everything is under condition. You will be punished. Nobody will like you. Nobody will understand you, and so on. You have to do the right things. You have to put a lot of effort, yes, and stress to go somewhere, to get some destination. And this is not so. This is what the king tries to tell the son. Because what the sun has as a prime perspective is the bargaining in time. You have to do this, the causal thinking, yes? Causal thinking, you have to do this to arrive to that. Son, we say in Hebrew, father and son, yes, father and son. Av veben, this is not just father and son. In English, is cause and effect. So the sun, or the appearance here in time and space, has this linear thinking, which says, I have to do A, B. This is a linear thinking, cause and effect. And the king says, drop it. Just drop it. Everything has been given. You're not losing anything. Losing, etzem lose. There is funny. There is a bone, yes, at the back of the nape that connects the skull into the spine. There's a bone there, and this bone has a name in Hebrew. Its name is etzem haluz. Etzem haluz. Luz in English is like part of a loser, but luz is a name of a nut in Hebrew. I think it's hazelnut in English. And there's a saying that when somebody dies or being buried, all is going under the ground and dispose in nature, except of one bone, which is etzem haluz. Yes, you can call it hazel bone or hazel space in English, etzem haluz, because life never ceased to exist. This is just a midrash or a lore to say that nothing is going away. Yes, there's always life, and this is what the king, the infinite, tries to tell the son, the appearance in time and space. Don't be afraid. Nothing is lost. Yeah. He says, Yam v'darom yerasha. Yeah, the infinite. Yes, the three upper spheres. Rash, the infinite is always inheriting and giving it, the infinite inheriting and gives it away all the time to the manifested. So you should not have any concern. ויינתן לך הכל, and everything shall be given to you, אם תשמור דרכי. If you'll guard and watch my way. It's not actively watching like a night guard above the tower with ammunition, but to see the perspective, yes, that before time and space. To see the perspective of the infinite. This is if you watch my way, or the way I see the world, which is infinite and exists without a cause. Yes? Life is infinite and exists without a cause. It's hard for people to accept it, but this is how it is. If you want to be sure, read Baruch Spinoza. Any questions? Fernando Yanes, dear. So let's move to Mark 10. Now we have a new name. His name is Rabbi Bon or Rabbi Bun. Yes. Amar Rabbi Bon. Yes. Bon, yes, it's good. Again, with the letter bet, with a dot inside of the bet. We had a beginning Rabbi Berachia. Yes. And now we have Rabbi Bon. Amar Rabbi Bon. Rabbi Bon said, Mai dichtiv. What is it which is written? Mishlei, Chet, Kaf Gimel. Mishlei, I guess it's Proverbs 8:23. Me'olam nisachti merosh mikadmei aretz. You can look at the verse if you want to see the English, but let's follow the Hebrew. מהי מעולם? מעולם, usually we would translate מעולם, עולם is world, and מעולם is, I would say, from ever and ever, since the beginning of times. Yes, just to give us a glimpse of what is מעולם. Yes, before we go to dive into the Hebrew of Rabbi Bon. מהי מעולם? What is it מעולם? שצריך להעלימו מכולי עלמא. Now he asks, מה זה מעולם? We say עולם in Hebrew, and we would translate it to simple English as world. What comes to you when you hear the word world in English? Fernando and Yanis, what comes to you? What kind of association comes to you? A place. A place. Yanis, when you hear the word world, what comes to you, Yanis? What kind of association rises in you when you hear the English term for world?
Place.
Earth? Yes, what?
A place.
A
So,
place?
yeah.
What else? Yanis? What comes to you when you hear someone says world? What comes to you as a vision or association? What comes to you?
All the different places on this earth.
Yes. 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 All the different places. Beautiful. Now, let's hear what Rabbi Bon says about world in Hebrew. מהי מעולם? From the world? He says, שצריך להעלימו מכולי עלמא. What is מעולם? From the world. He looks at the Hebrew letters olam, world. Olam comes from ne'elam, hidden or mysterious. Olam comes from ne'elam. It is still hidden in the core, in the potential. Olam in Hebrew comes from ne'elam. Not revealed, because it's interesting, when both were sharing your perspective, it was like places, earth, different locations, and so some people see the blue, when you say world, they see the blue planet, our planet. This is what comes to them. And Rabbi Bun opposites it. He says, what is me'olam, from the world? He says, עולם, שצריך להעלימו, there's a verb, there's a noun, עולם, world, and there's from it, or next to it, there's a verb, להעלים, to hide. So, מהי מעולם, from the world, שצריך להעלימו, you have to hide it, מכולי עלמא, from all the world. So olam in Hebrew is not a place that we can see sight. It's the opposite. In Hebrew, world, olam is opposite. It is hidden from us. When we say world in English, we mean something which is revealed to the eyes, location, name, hill, mountain, river. Yes, rivers, maps, something that we can acknowledge. And Rabbi Bon says, מעולם ניסחתי מראש מקדמי ארץ. מעולם, he says, it's not from the beginning as people would think, but it's from hiding. What is Olam? Olam, again, is not a revealed location or a name, river, mountain, city, but hidden. That which is had to be hidden from all the world. This is me'olam. We say in English from ever and ever. So we did not open now the Bible to see how this verse is being translated to English. Because me'olam is from ever and ever, since the beginning of time, so to speak. And he says me'olam, yes, that you have to hide it from, yes, from eternity to eternity. And he says me'olam, it means that you have to hide it. Me'olam, shetzarich leha'alimo, that you have to hide it, that you have to cover it, yes, from all the world. Now, there is an expression in Hebrew, leha'alim ain. Leha'alim ain. In English, we say to close one eyes, not to notice all the details. It's not so good, yes? So in English, we say to close, shut, yes? One eyes, like that. In Hebrew, the term is leha'alim ain. Leha'alim from olam, ain. Leha'alim. To hide the eye. In English, we say to close. English is a very operative language. It's high-tech language. In Hebrew, we say leha'alim ain. To hide the ability of the eye to see, not to shut. Shut is just a command, to close. Close is just a command. But wisdom of the language, leha'alim ain. What is leha'alim ain? To hide from the eye the ability to see. And so says Rabbi Bon, my me'olam, what is it from ever and ever? Yes, just for the sake of putting it in light English. He says, shetzarich leha'alimo, what is olam, world, leha'alimo, you have to hide it, mikule alma, from all the world, meaning the source, yes, have to hide, or the infinite, or the eternal, from all the world you have to hide it. Dichtiv, that it is written, Kohelet 3:11, Ecclesiastes, I believe, 3:11, Gam et ha'olam natan belibam. Also the world he gave in the heart. Al tikra ha'olam, don't read ha'olam, don't read the word ha'olam, ela he'alem. Don't read ha'olam, the world, but read he'alem, meaning, let's read Ecclesiastic with the offering of Rabbi Bon. Also, gam et ha'olam, he says, don't read it as olam world, but gam et he'alem, also the hidden he gave in the heart. Amra Torah, the Torah said, Ani kadamti la'olam. אמרה תורה, the Torah said, I was previous to the world. שנאמר, that it was said, or yes, that it was said, מעולם ניסחתי מראש. Meaning this verse from Mishlei, from Proverb 8:23, this is the Torah, this is the Torah verse. She says, the Torah, מעולם ניסחתי מראש. From hidden, I'm covered. From the beginning, מראש. From hidden, מעולם. From עולם, ניחתי, I covered. מראש, from the beginning. This is how the Torah speaks. Good morning, Rodrigo. ואם תאמר, and if you will say, שמא הארץ קדמה לה, and if you might say, and if you say, and if you might say, that maybe the earth was previous to the Torah, תלמוד לומר, the teaching says, מקדמי ארץ. There is a verse that says, מקדמי ארץ, before the earth, meaning the Torah. This is a proof that the Torah is before the earth. כדאמרינן, as we say in Aramaic, and there's a verse in Genesis, בראשית bara. In the beginning, he created. ומה is bara? Bara כל צרכי הכל. He created all the needs of everything. ואחר כך אלוהים. Yes, he says. Again. בראשית ברא. In the beginning created, and then he asks, ומאי ברא? Created, and he says, ברא כל צורכי הכל. He created all the needs of all. ואחר כך אלוהים, and only then, אחרי ברא, that created all the needs of all, comes the name אלוהים. ומה כתיב בתרי, and what is written afterwards, את השמיים ואת הארץ, the heaven and the earth. Good afternoon, Abigail. Questions so far? Mark 11. Umai, and what is it? Now there's another verse. גם את זה, לעומת זה, עשה האלוהים. This is from Ecclesiastes 7:14. And what is it? Yes, the verse is saying, this also against that God have made. This is the question here. ברא בוהו, created בוהו, ושם מקומו בשלום. Created בוהו and located his place in peace. וברא תוהו, and created תוהו, ושם מקומו ברע. And created to located or put his place in bad. הוא בשלום. בוהו in peace. שנאמר, Job 25:2, עושה שלום במרומיו, makes peace in heavens. מלמד שמיכאל, שר הימיני של הקדוש ברוך הוא מים. Now he continues, teaches us, עושה שלום במרומיו, make peace in heavens, teaches us that Michael, the right minister of the Holy Blessed, הוא מים וברד. He is water and those ice balls. וגבריאל, and Gabriel, שר שמאלו. He is the minister of his left, של הקדוש ברוך הוא. And Gabriel is the minister of the left minister of the Holy Blessed He. הוא אש, he is fire. ושר שלום ביניהם מכריע. And the minister of peace among or between them judges or balance. והיינו דכתיב, and this is what is written, עושה שלום במרומיו, makes peace in heavens. ומנהלן דתוהו הוא ברא, and from where do we know that tohu is evil or bad? Where do we come to this conclusion? Dichtiv, that it is written, Isaiah 45:7. עושה שלום, makes peace, ובורא רע, and creates bad. הכיצד? How can it be? רע מתוהו, bad from tohu, ושלום מבוהו, and peace from bohu. ברא tohu, created tohu, ושם מקומו ברע, and put his place in bad or in evil, or in duality, שנאמר, that it is said, עושה שלום ובורא רע, makes peace and create bad. ברא תוהו, ברא בוהו, created, ושם מקומו בשלום, and put his place in peace. נאמר, that it is written, עושה שלום במרומיו, makes peace in heavens, in his heavens. Questions? Did we understand about the world, about the hidden, how there is a recommendation to hide things from the eye? And what is the meaning of Bereshit bara? How does Rabbi Boone interprets bara? Yes? Are there any questions, concerns, misunderstandings? We can read again any part. Fernando? What the Torah says? What the Torah says? The Torah is previous to everything. Yes? Before the earth, the Torah is previous to everything. Rodrigo, good morning. How do you do? Would you like to unmute and speak? Good, good. Abigail, how do you do? Yanis, are there any questions? Even if you don't understand, don't hesitate to ask. What is the difference between peace, bohu, and tohu? Any question shall be accepted in love. Good to hear you, Abigail.
E.T.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's bohu and tohu. One is related to peace and the other one related to evil. Can you expound on that?
Yes, yes. Let's read it again. Yes. There is a question in Mark 11, and Rabbi Bon asks, what is it which is written in Ecclesiastes, Kohelet? Gam et ze לעומת זה עשה Elohim. Also this against that God has made. Now he asks what this verse refers to. What is this against that? There's a verse in Kohelet, זה לעומת זה עשה Elohim. This against that, Elohim, God made. And now he asks this verse, what is it written about? What is this against that? And now he gives an answer. What is the couple of words against each other? Yanis, what is this against that? What are the two words? You asked about them.
The tohu and the bohu.
Yes, this against that. God made, he says. This against that, God made. Tohu and bohu. So let's see how Rabbi Bun or Bon reads those twins. How does he read them? Tohu. No, sorry. I'm confusing. Bara bohu. He created bohu. V'sam mekomo beshalom. He created bohu. He created bohu and put his place in peace. So what is bohu? In English we say bohu is a street in somewhere. Yes? In America, in Hebrew, bohu, it means bohu. Him, the infinite, is dwelling inside. Bo, in him. Who, the infinite. He. He is the infinite, is in it. So bohu, when infinite, in a place where infinite dwells, what there is, Yanis? Or anyone? Bara bohu.
Yeah,
Yes?
that's peace. Shalom.
That's peace. Shalom. Peace dwells in bohu, in where the infinite dwells. Peace dwells where the infinite dwells. And this is bohu. Very good. Uvara tohu. Yes, we continue. Uvara tohu. And he created tohu. ושם מקומו ברע, and put his place in bad, evil duality. Because what is tohu? Just a name, we said. Tohu, tohu, what is tohu? Comes from the verb, liot, to wonder. If this, if that, I wonder would happen. I wonder it that could happen, and there's a kinetic duality movement, yes? So he says, uvaratohu, when we wonder and we have like conditions, if that would, all those, scenarios, uvaratohu, and created tohu, visam mekomo bera, and put his place in bad or in duality. Because it's not bad, it's just duality because there's all the time questioning and doubt. Questioning and doubt and conditions. Because it creates the movement. This is opposite to peace. It's not just evil, it's just opposite to peace of mind. This is what it means. Bohu beshalom. Bohu, in peace. In him, in peace. שנאמר in the book of Job, עושה שלום במרומיו. Makes peace in his heavens. מלמד שמיכאל, שר הימני של הקדוש ברוך הוא מים וברד. What is makes peace in heavens? Now he brings like an opening to this verse. What does it mean makes peace in heavens? Teaches us that Michael, שר הימני, the right minister of the holy blessed he is water and ice balls. וגבריאל, שר שמאלו של הקדוש ברוך הוא. And Gabriel, he is the left minister of the holy blessed הוא אש, he is fire. Gabriel is fire. ושר שלום ביניהם. And between them, between Michael, right, and Gabriel, left, there's a minister of peace between them. ושר שלום ביניהם מכריע. And the minister of peace between them or among them is deciding or equalizing. Yes? Or deciding. והיינו דכתיב, and this is what it is written, עושה שלום במרומיו. Makes peace in his heaven. Yes. Questions so far? Yanis, Rodrigo, Abigail?
Why is Michael related to the right and Gabriel related to the left?
Why is Michael related to the right and Gabriel to the left? This is the question?
Yes.
Yes. Because Michael is in Hebrew, Michael is Mikael, who is like God, and it's just an expansion because Michael, the right side is just exponential. How do you say exponential grace? The right side. It's not the right side in terms of physically, yes, what is right, and it is the side. How do you say is this side of face? Mi Chael. Mi Kael, who is like God. Yes, and El is always on the right face because it's infinite. Grace is infinite. So who is like God? Infinite. And this is the right. And the right is always marked by water. It's like a flow of the river. There's exponentially streaming water, stopping. There's all the time springing. There's no condition, just giving. There's water. Like you don't need to even open the tap. It's just streaming and streaming and streaming without condition. This is Michael or Michael is just a process, how to say, a process of the Hebrew name, because the Hebrew name comes from me, Kael. Me is who? Ka is like. El is God. Who is like God? Mikael is a Michael or Michael. And there is, since it's infinite, there's no limitation. It is considered to be the right or the side of faith. And there's no limitation of it. There's no condition. So far understood?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Gabriel?
And Gabriel, yes. Gavriel in Hebrew, Gavriel comes from Gavar in El, to overcome. Gavra is to overcome. And El is the name of God. So what is to overcome? Sometimes the abundance, yes, is so great that if we will use it as it comes, it might destroy us. Yes, so there is a need to limit the abundance. Yes, we don't go to the supermarket and buy, let's say, a full truck of tomatoes. Yes, let's say every supermarket has in the back end like warehouses and logistic warehouses, and they store things. Yes, so maybe they have in the back end in the refrigerators or so trucks of tomatoes. Yes, but when they hand it to market, we shall find a little boot of tomatoes, and people will pick, how many tomatoes they need. They don't put a truck, yes, in at the center of the supermarket, a truck of tomatoes, a truck of cucumbers, a truck of oranges, and truck of avocado, and so they don't. What do? And here comes the gevurah, or overcoming. There's a measure. And this is considered to be gevurah, to overcome. There is abundance of oranges, but we don't put 10 trucks in the supermarket. We measure it and I say, okay, this is a basket of 6 oranges, and this is a booth of tomatoes, and this is a booth of cucumbers. Yes, and then we can put one booth next to another, and customers, when they come to the supermarket, they can take this and that. Otherwise, people will drown. There will be no order. So there is an inherent condition of to limit the size, to limit the portion of the infinite abundance, that people could access it in reason, in measure. And this relation to life is the gevurah. Yes? There is not interest, but there's a need to limit it. Otherwise, it will break the system. You don't imagine in your mind that you go into a supermarket, yes, the door opens and you see 10 trucks. It will be horrifying. You would not feel at home in the supermarket. You'd like to flee. Is it, you say it's a refugee center? No. This is not a way to hand food for people. We are not kettles, yes? This is the gevurah does, a portion. Yes? Makes sense?
So that is connected to fire.
Fire. Yes. This is why Sodom, yes, also Gabriel is related to the city of Sodom, and one of the messengers that came to visit Abram, yes, was Gabriel, and he told him that he gonna opposite Sodom, because their portion, yes, of self-importance and so on, it is reached to a measure that you need to take care of it. Yes. Why fire? Yes, because fire can, as long as there is what? The burn of a fire depending on what? How much air there is. If there isn't any air, there will be no fire. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes, exhausting to understand. Yanis, we can return to the teaching of Rabbi Boone maybe on Thursday. Yes, those are very, very deep.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I also have another question. When you earlier mentioned about the king told the son that he has everything, and he said, you shall inherit God, and everything will be given to you if you only keep my ways.
Yes.
And you mentioned that my ways is being the being.
Yes. To
Uh,
yes, to
yeah,
be
carry on.
planned. Yes. What is to see the being? To see that there is no limitation, and to see that there is no time and space from this perspective. not to see the finite, but to look into lines of the infinite. And there is no limitation and there's no conditions. And this is what he wants, that he will have everything. But to have
I
to have it
remember
all, yes, yes.
I
What do you
remember
remember? Yes, Yanis.
there is a verse I think in Psalms that says Moses sees the way and but the people saw the act. Um is there any
Yes,
connection to that?
we can find the verse if you like. You can post it and we can start with it next. So not. Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
just see his way. He sees ways to see the length. What is the way, or um, Chukotav is just to see the lens from which the infinite works, basically. And there's no limitation at all. This is
Okay,
what
because it says
this.
yeah, carry
Yes,
on.
Yanis. Yes, yes. What did
Because
you
it
say?
says because I think the verse says he made known his ways to Moses.
Yes, yes,
He made known his
yes.
ways to Moses. So the way only I mean it must be a revelation, right? Otherwise, how do you know it?
There is a knowing which is before the brain process data. It's in the heart. Yes, where belief and faith, there's no condition there.
Okay, maybe we can talk about this on Thursday.
Yes, yes, yes. So now we meet today. We met another and teaching of Rabbi Bon or Rabbi Boon. Yes, reads the Bible in a very precise way, in a very interesting way. All those readings or all those lenses are very, very deep and important. And I would like to share them with you. So we shall continue on Thursday and with the Sefer HaBahir. And if you have questions, go ahead, ask whatever comes to you. We shall be delighted to meet you. Toda Yanis, Abigail, Rodrigo, Fernando, friends on YouTube. Toda, Shalom, and Shavua Tov, and good weather wherever you are. See you soon.